So I woke up this morning feeling some type of way, and just lately I've been rewatching old Amelia Fart videos just whenever I can get the chance. I first discovered her years ago in like my early to mid 20s. I'm 31 now. And when I found her, I just remember I would like cry to her videos. I would watch them and I would feel so seen in ways that no one else has ever seen me before, and I would just cry. And whenever she'd post a new video, that was my crying catharsis. And I think I stopped watching her for a while because I don't remember why, honestly. I just stopped watching her, and her videos, the old ones, were recommended to me again, and I just started watching them again. And in one of her videos, she says that hiding away is not a service. And that just touched me so deeply because for some reason I always think that it is. I think that keeping myself from other people, keeping myself far away from all of the good that I want, the life that I want, is somehow a service to other people. Like, there's me and I suck and I'm just weird and terrible, and then there's everyone else and they're amazing and shiny and good at everything I'm not, and I'm just gonna taint them. If I get close, I'm gonna destroy them, I'll ruin them, and then maybe they won't be as shiny, and then that's all my fault. And like, I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know what to do about it. And I see like how much Amelia shines and how her life changed over the course of like when she started YouTube. And I'm like, I want my life to change, but I don't know what steps to take. I'm so afraid, and I'm sure she was too. I'm sure she still is, like, afraid, because we all are. I know that there's something more that I need right now. There's something that I need to try, because it's just so much easier to not try anything. It's so much easier to not need anyone, to not need connection, because then you don't get hurt. And you don't have this constant anxious voice in your head being like, you said the wrong thing, they hate you now. They're not going to invite you to anything anymore. They don't want to be your friend. Or like, you said the wrong thing. That's indicative that you're just a horrible person. And one thing that plays in my head a lot is like, oh, you know how people often say, I don't want to keep bad people in my life anymore. I only want to be surrounded by good people. You're one of the bad people and you're getting kicked out soon. And it's just like, can I get a break? Can I get a break? Like, everyone says be kind to yourself, and I try so hard to be kind to myself. But it's almost like there's this other force, this other entity who isn't even me, who's just super mean to me. It's like this other side, it's molasses, it's quicksand. Or it's just, I don't know, it's some force that's just trapping me, and I have to fight it constantly. It's like this constant war, and I'm really tired, and I don't really want to have to be, every couple seconds trying to dispel the myths that this other part of me is feeding me. That's exhausting, and yet you hear all the time that the only way to fix this is to, like, every couple seconds when your brain goes, you suck and you deserve to die, you go, no, I don't suck and I deserve to live. That is constant social interaction. At least for me. Like, maybe it's only myself or another facet of myself, but it feels so draining. It feels like I am talking to an entirely different entity that isn't me, and therefore it's so draining. And I don't know, I've never heard anyone talk about this before, but like, maybe I'm nuts. It's exhausting. And I don't understand how I'm expected to constantly be having this conversation all day long. But like my old therapist, that's literally what she would tell me. She would be like, "Oh, well, just keep telling it that you're a good person and that you deserve to have good things and that you don't suck." And it's like, okay, but you really expect me to do that like every couple seconds? And I'm not exaggerating. I wish I was exaggerating. I have these horrible pangs of anxiety like every couple seconds where I think maybe I just don't deserve life. Maybe I just don't deserve friends. Maybe I just don't deserve family. Maybe I don't deserve anything. And to have to constantly do that is just so tiring. And I know I'm talking in circles. I'm so fucking repetitive. Another, like, I'm just feeling so restless in my life. Like, there's something that I want to be doing that my life feels hollow and empty, and it needs something else to feel whole. And I just don't know what that other thing is. I have no idea. I want to go to college. I've never been. I've always really wanted to. That was something that I desperately wanted to do, and I just didn't get the opportunity to. And there's a lot of, like, trauma related feelings like surrounding not getting to go to college. And because like by the time it was, the typical time for a person to go to college, that you're 18, the end of high school, I was such a mess. Like, I was undiagnosed with DID. I was being pulled in a million different directions. I desperately wanted to go to school, but there are other parts that really didn't want to, and it was because when we were younger, we were in elementary school, and just, it was a horribly overwhelming time for me. I was being bullied so badly by my peers. Like, they beat me up, and you'd think, like, these are little kids. They wouldn't do that, right? They did. They were so mean. And it happened so much. And the teachers, they weren't much better. I had a teacher that bullied me too. Honestly, several. And I had this fear of education spaces now because of how I was treated when I was growing up in school. And in high school, I was just such a mess. I was angry, and I was depressed, and I was exhausted, and I felt like I was constantly fighting, and I didn't understand why. And I just was in no state to go to school, and honestly, no one even really thought that I would be able to anyway, and part of that was traumatic, was my sister. Like, everyone was so on her, trying to make sure that she took the SATs, that she was prepared for the SATs, that she was ready for college. She got to go to a really nice college. I never got to go. No one ever prepared me for the SATs. I only found out that they were coming around because kids in my school were like being told, if you're preparing for the SATs, please go to this room, like after this class or whatever. And that's when I realized that no one believed in me. And I wanted to go to college so badly. I wanted to escape everything. I needed that. I want it still now, but like, I worry that I haven't processed enough of the trauma surrounding school. Part of my worries about going to college was just that I was having such a hard time retaining information and remembering anything. And because I have dissociative identity disorder, the amnesia, like, it was troubling because I was like, how am I going to do school? Like, I don't have a proper diagnosis and I couldn't get accommodations for this. But now I have a proper diagnosis and I could get accommodations for the amnesia. It's just, I don't know if I can handle school just because of the trauma piece, and like, I don't want to be reminded of like being bullied and bad stuff that happened when I was younger. And if school is something that could make my life whole and make everything feel better, then I guess that would be the thing. But I fear that just that the trauma would make it hard, even if I can get accommodations and I'm understood and whatnot. I worry that the trauma would be too much. And then the other thing that I think could make me feel whole is just like having a partner. My first thought is like, it would be great to have more friends, but oftentimes you make friends and then they don't have a lot of time for you because they have a partner or they work or they have other responsibilities. And I want someone consistent that I can just be with a lot of the time, that we can share a home together. And I just don't know if that is going to happen for me because I'm so scared and I have so much fear of rejection. I literally can't go on dating apps. It makes me freeze up. I get scared shitless. I used to be able to do it a lot, and then I had some bad experiences, and now it's completely overwhelming for me to think about possibly going on a dating app. But I want that closeness with somebody so badly. I want someone to hold me. I want everything to be okay. I'm just so lonely right now, even though I made this friend, James, and he's so nice to me. Like, he's so genuine and he's so kind, and like, I thought I was just this girl who could never make any friends and no one would want to be around me. Because I'm weird and I don't make a lot of sense sometimes, and I'm just awkward. I'm so painfully awkward. But then, like, I guess I'm supposed to challenge that and be like, no, like, maybe I'm awkward, but maybe there's somebody out there that thinks that's okay and cool and maybe even cute, and they'll want to be with an awkward person like me. I feel so much pressure to meet my goals. I do really want to fall in love. I really want a partner. I think that it's a need for me to love someone and to have someone who can love me. And I know that not everybody wants or needs a romantic partner, but I feel like it's a need for me. And I don't know. I feel like it's probably easier to go to school to try to fulfill some aspect of your life than it is to get a partner, because I could probably pretty easily sign up for a community college course, like at least one, but obviously, like, people are harder like that, they have their own brains, they have their own minds, and you can't just go to a building and say, hi, I'm really lonely and I like to cook and bake and I'm kind of weird, and I watch BoJack Horseman like all of the time, and I don't really like new things, but I'm good at making soup, and I'm very caring. I write nice love notes. Like, do you know the person for me? That kind of makes me sad you can't do that, because that would be so easy. Ugh. Is it weird that I just want somebody to barge into my life, like forcibly, and be like, hi, I'm in your life now, and I'm never gonna leave, and I'm gonna be here? That's really all I want right now. Sorry for the weirdness.